Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, it's an extra large helping a hot dish. Britney speaks and we are listening. The Friends ladies talk to Howard and Scooter talks about Taylor. We have it all. Then fashion diva Sarah Rogers is showing you the retro fashions that are back in style. Please say skinny jeans are out. And Minnesota has another reality show champion, and she is a clip above the rest. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Egan. Good morning, New Prague. Good morning, Rush City. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and JCPenney's Portrait Studios Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark, everyone.
Wow. I'm a photographer, just like Eric.
Most families in America got their family portraits done at the Jacques Penney Family Portrait Studio.
Did you do these photos?
Yeah, I was born. I should show one. It is Throwback Thursday. I should have had it prepared. Every kid of the 80s or 70s did the shadow or the reflection one.
Oh, gosh, the mirror image?
The mirror image one where you were here and then the mirror image of you was over there. Every child of the 80s had one. Dar, because I was her only child, had me photographed like I was a unicorn. Every opportunity, let's photograph him. So I have every year of my life photographed at the
in a box.
Yeah,
somewhere.
The Jacques Penney Portrait Family Studio.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, day 3 of Rib Watch. You're still sitting down. The audience is concerned about you.
I know.
You fell down the stairs with a coconut pie or something. How are you feeling?
Also known as a salad. It would have been way better if it was a coconut pie. Way more worthy of breaking myself for. So the amount of bruises on my rib bones, it'll be about 6 weeks of pain.
Okay.
So.
Are you going to be sitting for 6 weeks?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I hope. God, I hope not. I can hardly sleep. It's awful.
I know, and you don't like this. For people that always ask, you really do not like sitting right there.
No.
No.
I feel like uncomfortable on different levels like this, but.
You look, but trust me, I would tell you the truth. You look lovely. You don't look any different. I think you look beautiful.
Why, thank you. I feel a little smaller, like a little kid sitting at this
you look great.
desk.
The coffee cup, look at you. You look comfortable. You look like how the audience is. Watching us with their coffee cup, their cornflakes.
They do not have this much makeup on.
No. Well, look at this right here. Look at this.
Pasted.
Speaking of the audience, I can't tell you enough because we keep getting emails. July 14th. Kendall, you have that on your calendar?
Yeah.
July 14th is Town Ball live. The Jason Show will be live at a Town Ball game at Parade Stadium in downtown Minneapolis, July 14th. Get there around 9:15-ish. You do not need tickets. You do not need a pass. You just need to come. Bring the family, bring the kids. Now, here's where we're running into trouble. Now, we're doing this, to appease our new boss, Marion Mim Davey. That's our new queen. She's the queen. She's in charge of us now. Town Ball is her favorite thing. She's been in broadcasting since God was this big.
Don't say that.
What?
Don't say that. It makes her sound old.
She's very young, but this is her favorite thing ever. It's her bobo. It's her bobo. Anyway, so she loves this. So the evening crew, they put 75 people on this Town Ball thing. The crew last night, Chris, was it 75 yesterday? 76 people out there doing
Oh, don't forget
Town
Tom Butler. Yeah, he was 76.
77.
Yeah.
Everybody that works at Fox 9 has to do Town Ball. And the evening crew, they brag about it. They literally, Ian Leonard goes, do we have a morning show? And we do. So we want to beat the pants off Ian.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Last night, I saw Mike Durkin. He's a bigwig here.
Yeah.
He tweeted out, because he thinks it's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs too. He tweeted out a picture. There were like 400 people out there last night.
I heard 500 from the Butler.
Okay, I didn't really need that rib. I didn't really need that. But anyway, so now we have to up our ante. I was going to be satisfied with 100 of you coming. No.
No.
Now I need upwards of
10,000.
I need 10,000 of you to be at Parade Stadium. We need at least 600 of you. I see the ratings. Thousands of people watch this crap. So come on.
Yeah. See us in real life. We're fabulous.
Hey, Jeff, thousands do. And we just found out, Ted told me in my ear, if you need to, executive producer Jeff can forge a doctor's note. Just FYI.
Yeah, he's
We
pretty
can
good
do that
at
for
it.
you. We'll do that. I'll do anything to BDN, just FYI. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Steve.
Should we put out an ad?
We're going to create a Facebook event.
Okay.
So you can share it. We've been asked. We will do that. Jeff is working on it. Not right now, but he's working
Right
on
now,
it.
as we speak.
Hey, let's get started with this. Everybody's talking about this. You knew we would. Britney Spears wants her life back. For the first time in 2 years, she spoke in court and asked the judge to end her conservatorship. She says over the last 13 years, she's been forced to perform, given no privacy, forced to use medications against her will. One of those medications is used to treat bipolar and made her feel drunk. She says she's voiced her concerns to her dad, who runs her estate, but she says he loves to control her career and, well, basically, I'm going to add to this, her life. She's apparently not allowed to get married or have children under the conservatorship. The next hearing is set for next month. This is gross. I was trying to think of ways to say this. There is no other ways. I could say other ways, but that would require cussing, and I would scare children and get fired. So I'll just say this is disgusting. And I really hope the judge does, in my opinion, the right thing and end this crap. This is a grown woman who obviously has had problems in the past, but my goodness, she can't drive in her boyfriend's car.
Right.
That's a simple thing. I'm going to drive in Jeff's car later.
Right.
Probably not, but I'm going to. But it's ridiculous.
It is.
And the Kendall, my apologies. What's it called to prevent you from having the
IUD?
The IUD. How barbaric!
Yeah.
You're forcing this woman to put an
can't have
IUD.
children? Yeah.
I heard that, and I was disgusted. Disgusted with that. That's happening here in 2021. Well, you read the whole thing. You read the whole.
Read the whole transcript. There was the only time the judge needed to interrupt her too was just a couple times just to say, "Can you just slow down a little bit?" Because of course they have to kind of type everything you say. And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just have so much I want to say, and I feel like I'm silenced all the time." I think we hit the key points in that. But Jordan and I were talking about it last night, and I was like, he's like, think about all the people in this world that you know or that you see that have done far less with their lives and have been given full access to their lives.
Yep.
You know, I mean,
Jordan's right.
She can work. She's run like this $1 million empire, but she can't go in her boyfriend's car.
And no offense, and I'm so glad you said that. And I think this is also just makes me sick. All the people that are making money off this girl, off this lady. All the lawyers, no offense to good lawyers, like your husband, but all the lawyers, all these family members.
She wants to sue him.
Well, she should. She should. It's disgusting. It's vile. That's what it's vile. All these just blood-sucking, money-grabbing, backstabbing, two-faced troll people.
Just leeches.
Leeches are what they are. Literally sucking the life from this young lady. Hashtag free Britney. I wore my Britney Spears t-shirt. It's my favorite t-shirt. It's a white one. Had it for a few years. I wore it last night to a meeting, and I'm walking down the street in my neighborhood in the North Loop, and these two ladies in their 20s, blonde, beautiful, just good-looking, like sassy-looking ladies walk past me, and they go, "Free Britney!" And I went, "That's right!"
Yeah!
Next on the dish, the ladies of Friends were on with Howard Stern yesterday. Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow chatted about all things Friends. It is a great interview. You guys seriously go listen to this, especially if you're a friend of Friends. So first, this was the first revelation that kind of made me go, wow. Courtney Cox was really, really upfront and honest. Howard asked her, Courtney, Monica, how did she feel about the fact that everybody on that show was nominated or won an Emmy but her? Which, first of all, let's talk about that. That is disgusting.
weird.
Courtney is fantastic. Monica may not be your favorite, but how good is Courtney Cox as Monica?
Right.
Nobody can deny that Monica is great. So boo on you, Emmy voters. But Courtney was honest. She goes, you know what? It hurt. Hurts my feelings. It hurt my feelings. When all of my peers were celebrating my coworkers, but not me. She goes, I never took it out or felt resentful toward them. I wanted them to win. But I appreciated that honesty. Because you want you think you want the stars to go, oh no, it doesn't bother me. Yes, it bothers me. It bothers me when that opera show wins an Emmy every year.
We just want one.
And I love that we're in the same category as like Jonah and the Whale. You know what I mean? It's like, Utah Public Radio presents Jonah and the Whale up against this.
I know. They don't know
Of course,
where to put
Emmy
it.
voters are going to give it to the Whale.
I know. We just have to try harder.
I'm actually not kidding. We are in the
Weirdest.
strangest category.
It is so cuckoo.
Yeah. Anyway, the other thing. So listen to this shade. I'll make this quick, Ted. Don't worry. If Ted's still awake in the booth. She also said that Howard goes, any guest stars that were jerks? I love Howard. And she goes, there was a male big movie star that came on the set and looked down at the show and saw all the writers huddled around correcting their jokes and laughing. And he goes, ugh, how gross. You're just laughing at your own jokes. And Jen goes, no, that's not how we act here. This is a pleasant set, but she wouldn't reveal who it is. So I got to go through the list of guest stars.
Did you ask Colin yet?
What?
Did you ask Colin yet?
I should ask Colin who he thinks it is.
Yeah.
It wasn't Tom Selleck, and it wasn't Danny DeVito, and it wasn't Sean Penn.
Okay.
So you guys, detectives, go to work. Let me know who you think it is.
We should.
Big star, male star. Ben Stiller? No. Paul Rudd, Ben Stiller? I don't know. I heard Ben Stiller's a little prickly, like a little cactus.
Really?
Still ahead. We're checking in with Dax Holt, who talked to the founder of a popular Hollywood gossip website. Plus, Sarah Rogers is back, and she's taken us back. Back where? You're going to find out, because retro looks are in. She'll show you how to pull it off. And then James Corden and Tom Brady hit the links, and the outcome is hilarious. That and more when we come back. Back after these words.
Tends to have people lose their smell. So we're going to do a smell test, okay? So put this on, and you just need to make sure that you still have smell.
You have to identify these scents.
You have to identify these scents. You smell that?
I smell it, but it doesn't smell very good.
Maybe hold it.
All right, well, maybe hold it. That'll help. Here, I'm going to put it in your hands. Smell that? And what is that? Any better?
I have no idea. Get the hell out of my. This is.
Take off the mask.
Yeah, I would get this thing out of my hands.
There you go. Oh, man, we have to use that for the next patient.
What's wrong with you?
You're doing really well.
Yeah, fine. Holy I'm going back to Vegas.
Oh, you live in Vegas?
Yeah, I had to come in at 1:30 this morning for this.
Oh, you a gambler?
Sorry, excuse me, I have a little cold.
Excuse me, I have a little cold.
Oh, look at Aunt Chippy. Oh, I love Aunt Chippy so much.
Poor woman.
Oh, please. I love it. Aunt Chippy loves it.
She does.
Welcome back, everybody. Our hot dish continues with our insider to the stars. Please welcome back from the Hollywood Raw podcast, our good friend Dax Holt. Good morning, Dax.
Good morning, Jason. How you doing today, buddy?
Good. It was funny. The rundown on the show, it said, Dax Holt, your name's there, and blah, blah, blah. Then it says, special lighting. Then it says, special lens. And then the next line said, I thought it said Nicole Richie. And I went, oh, he's interviewing. And they're like, no, you dork. It's Nick Richie. So who is this?
Oh, you don't know who Nick Richie is?
I do, but I'm saying for the audience, yeah.
Okay, so Nick Richie was the founder of one of the most infamous websites of all time. And you got, okay. Here's the thing about the Hollywood Raw podcast. We're not just into talking to celebrities.
Yeah.
We want to talk to people behind the camera. We like to reveal the fourth wall of Hollywood is really kind of what we always say. So we like to get media moguls in there, paparazzi, celebs, everything. So Nick Ritchie is not only a media mogul because he started thedirty.com back in the day, which was a massive, massive website, but he is also a celebrity in his own right because he became so famous off of this website. This website broke so many stories, and when TMZ was really becoming big and I was working there, this was another site that was just breaking stories left and right. And so that, I've kind of known him for a very long time. So invited him on because he was married to Shane Lamas, who is Lorenzo Lamas's daughter, for many, many years. They've got a couple kids together, but the announcement just came out that they're getting divorced. And so I said, Nick, come on, let's talk about this. He came on, was very candid, open about this divorce. And he said he was completely blindsided. He said it seemed like everything was going great in their life and they have a wonderful life here in Orange County, California. And he said, and then one day, I get slapped with a divorce filing. And he goes, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know that this was coming. And he said he was pretty hurt. Not only that, he's actually really tight with his father-in-law, Lorenzo Lamas, the actor, if you recognize that name.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I've been reaching out. He won't answer my calls. He's like, I don't know what's happening. He's really, I guess, just hurting emotionally inside, but focused on work and focused on his children right now.
What's he working on now other than dealing with his personal stuff?
So he has now started up a news site. He goes, look, when I was younger and thedirty.com was breaking in, millions of people daily checking out this site. He goes, it felt dirty, obviously, because of the content. He goes, so as I've grown up and I've become more mature and I have a family, he has now shifted it to Celeb Magazine. That is his new brand. He goes, and it is exploding right now. It is the new hot thing for him, but it's more of the commercial side of the entertainment industry versus more of the darker side that he used to cover. And it was just fun listening to his evolution. And I can't express how big this website used to be. And if you've never heard of it, you definitely know some of the stories they broke back in the day. I'm thinking even the Hulk Hogan sex tape. If you remember that whole scandal that went, they were the ones that were first contacted about that. I mean, it was just a laundry list of stories they broke.
Before we let you go, a belated Happy Father's Day. I saw how we haven't asked about the kids. What are they? 22, 24 now? How old are they?
We've got a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old now.
Wow, that is. I mean, it is weird. You hear people say this all the time. I just can't believe. I honestly can't believe because you and I have known each other since they were babies. So the fact that they're now just means we're getting older, Dax.
I was gonna say, I think you sent me a gift for Skylar's birth.
I did.
Was almost 9 years ago, which is.
Yeah, crazy. Speaking of gifts, still waiting for that Club 33 membership. But anyway, Dax Holt, thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You too, my Dax. You can, listen to the interview. Jason, it's a podcast. Listen to the interview. Find Hollywood Raw Podcast wherever you get your podcast. Okay. So I had you rightfully said the Friends mystery.
Yeah.
What movie star that guest starred on Friends?
Yeah.
Colin did some research. Mm-hmm. He thinks it's maybe Alec Baldwin or Bruce Willis. But Colin, who knows everything about Friends, said Bruce and Schwimmer are friends.
Oh.
So why would he bust on that show if you're friends on it? No pun intended.
Could you see Alec Baldwin being a little?
No, because he is. I like Alec, but he's prickly. But he wouldn't look down at that show. He does SNL he did SNL back then in the 90s.
I'm trying to think of
who would be uppity.
Right, and at that point in their career.
Yeah.
Because that makes a difference.
The actors. Mm-hmm. You're an actor. Oh, it's Friends. Even though more people probably watched Friends and watched whatever that actor's latest project was.
Right.
Let's be clear. Let's be Crystal Carrington clear on that one. Next in the dish. A movie inspired not by a book or TV show, but by a joke. It's the deal with a new project in the works at Netflix starring Jerry Seinfeld. The comedian will star in, direct, and produce Unfrosted, a comedy he co-wrote. It's based on a joke he's told about the invention of the Pop-Tart. Apparently, the bidding was fierce in the last several days, with Netflix winning the deal. Jerry wrote the movie during the pandemic because he thought there needed to be something that was just pure silliness that's going to go into production next year. So the joke is, you know, he grew up in the 60s as a kid of the 60s, and he goes, you know, you don't have a reference point if you weren't around, but for breakfast, there was basically just toast. And then all of a sudden, this magical square was invented, and it was the Pop-Tart. And he's like, it was basically like Moses was holding the tablets and presented the Pop-Tart.
Right.
And he goes on like that. I just don't know how you turn that story into an hour and 25 minutes.
Do you think it'll be like him narrating his faux childhood?
Like a Wonder Years type thing?
Like that's what you had brought up, and that's all I can envision now.
Maybe.
You know, I think that could work.
That could work.
But I mean, we talk about how we really like that his humor has always been really clean.
Yes.
And so I could see this being a movie like that because then the whole family gets to be entertained by it.
Fun fact, don't really like Pop-Tarts.
I'm sorry.
Never really.
What did you just say? Are you an American? Are you red-blooded? What is wrong with you?
I'm all of those things.
What body temperature is happening?
You like
in
Pop-Tarts?
you? Are you at like a salty 60 degrees?
Oh, the
What's
crew,
happening?
I guess, knew that you liked. Was I not listening to you one day?
I eat a blueberry Pop-Tart like it's my job.
Is this true? Are you serious?
Do
I
look
honestly
like
didn't
I'm
know you in
joking?
this way. I don't know you in this way.
I don't know you in this way. You don't know me.
Yeah.
Cody and I, we fight
Cody
over
Matz,
who gets-
meteorologist.
Yes, who like there's Pop-Tarts for sale in the Little Fox 9 Cafe, and if there's not any left, like I know he bought the last one, and we get in spats.
Well, look, you learned something about a colleague. I worked with her for years. I didn't know that you had a love affair with Pop-Tarts.
I wish they loved me back because they're like 400 calories, and I just
Yeah.
want to eat the whole box.
Yeah, no, I've had them, but yeah, not my thing. Sorry.
What?
Next in the dish. By the way, Ted has never had one.
Oh
Shocked.
my gosh, I'm
Raise
so
your hand
surprised.
if you're shocked. Yeah. Next in the dish, nothing gets the Swifties fired up quite like Scooter Braun. And we're hearing from the media mogul about his feud with Taylor. In a new Variety piece, he said the beef between the two is confusing and not based on, quote, anything factual. Scooter bought Taylor's masters. You guys remember this a couple years ago. Taylor wanted to buy them back, but Scooter sold them to someone else after her team refused to sign an NDA. He says he wanted to sit down with Taylor, but he says she refused. Her team refused. Taylor has called him a bully, which he takes issue with. I said this earlier, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
Because as you and I were dissecting the story, not that this is judge and jury, but Scooter, when this was all going down, Scooter had a lot of defenders from a wide swath of the music industry that stuck up for his character. Taylor did too. I don't believe everything he said, but I think he has receipts, and why I just don't think he was very, very stern about this and very, very specific about we had a meeting, they turned it down, we were going to sell the rights back, and they refused. So I don't know. But then you ask then the other side is, why would Taylor lie about this? I don't know.
I don't know either. So I was looking into him a lot because I was like, has he gotten in feuds with other people? And we're just learning about this one because it's Taylor. I haven't read anywhere that he has any major beef with anybody else. And he is obviously enormously wealthy now. But he and his wife have received a lot of accolades for all the philanthropic work they do. Granted, you can be rich and be a jerk and have a big philanthropy. I'm just saying, I don't think he's this cold-hearted person that he's been made out to be by the Swifties that have come in on him.
By the way, I'm really glad that you had a flyaway hair earlier, and I'm so glad it got fixed. We got an emergency call in the control room.
You got to help a girl out.
Yeah,
I can't see that far away.
Executive producer Lori Lees Fisher. There's a red phone in the newsroom, and it goes right to Ted. And it was an emergency. You had a flyaway.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you. It's all you look as cute as a speckled pup.
What?
I don't know. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. Back in a moment. The hair's beautiful. The great emergency's over, Kendall. Welcome back. Our next guest is on top of all the new trends in the fashion world, and she's just all around a fabulous woman. And she knows when some old classics are back in style as well. Please welcome back to the show our good friend from the Mall of America, Sarah Rogers. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Jason.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me this morning.
No, thank you for being here. So we have 4 looks that are back.
Yes.
Okay, but can we set the table here before we see any of this? I mentioned this little line to our friend Alex Kendall, and I want to see if you agree with this. And the line is, if you wore it the first time, you shouldn't wear it the second time. Where do you stand on that?
I kind of agree with that. I think you don't have to wear it the second time.
Yeah, okay.
But you can. But if you wore it the first time, you don't have to wear it the second time. So.
Broadly speaking, Sarah, before we see the models, what time period is back? What period are we talking about?
We're talking about mostly the 60s, a little bit of the 70s, one item I think even from the 50s, 1950s.
Okay, I love the 50s. Sarah, I've never asked you this. What is your favorite era of style? Mine's the 40s and 50s.
Ooh, I would say Chanel is one of my favorite designers, so it would probably be her era. I think that is somewhere around the 20s, 30s.
Yeah. Okay.
1920s, 30s.
Look number 1, what do we have? It's crochet?
Yes, the crochet knit trend is huge. And that's a trend that really never really went away, but it experienced a big boom, I think, in the 60s, and it's just been going on and really picked up steam this season. Our model Elise is wearing the crocheted skirt from Cotton On. I fell in love with all the colors that you see in there.
And I will say that model is very familiar to us. That is a former Jason
I think
Show.
it'd be fun to work with in your wardrobe. I have it with, that's intern. That's what I heard.
She's a former Jason Show intern.
Yes.
We love her.
Yes, she told me. Lucky her. She got to work with the team there. I love her too. She's really been awesome to work with.
Well, that outfit is great. I mean, that is a trend I do. I won't be wearing that, but you know, anyway. Number 2, floral prints.
Yes, I get it. Yes. Okay. Jason, prints are everything. Certainly floral prints, and yeah, they're a perennial favorite, but the prints we're seeing this season really are reminiscent of the 1960s. You'll even see Pucci inspired prints, and many of you know Pucci as that Italian designer that had the nickname that was known as the Prince of Prints because his prints are so prominent, but they're fun. These shorts are from Zara. And you'll see, you know, shorts, skirts, tops. It's all out there for you. I like these shorts because they kind of remind me of a pinup girl. And that would be, you know, dating back to the 40s and 50s. So we're seeing, of course, an abundance of short styles out here in fashion. But I really like those, a little bit higher waist. And they look great with that bodysuit. Excuse me, the bodysuit, too. All from Zara.
I'm glad you mentioned the waist because I'm noticing that with women, I referenced these 2 lovely ladies who I saw yesterday in the neighborhood. Even with the jeans, Sarah, is the high waist in a variety of ways, the higher waist?
Yes, yes. And Jason, I don't see that slowing down either for the remainder of the season. I am seeing, you know, the mid-rise coming back into for jeans. So ladies that like that silhouette better, you're going to have options, but that high waist is quite prevalent.
Okay, let's talk accessories. What do we have?
Yes. Okay, a key accessory, scarves. And they are worn in a myriad of ways. I wanted to show you one with Elise wearing it as a headband, but ladies are wearing this in so many different ways. Think of Audrey Hepburn, think of Jacqueline Kennedy style, so it tied in a triangle and worn, you know, as a headscarf. So there are a lot of ways to have fun with the scarf this season, and even worn as tops. A lot of tops are made out of scarves this season too. So really fun. Her top is a muscle tank too, so you know, a little bit of that shoulder padding is really popular too. So a lot of that on the catwalk, and then that wide leg silhouette too is a lot of fun too. Those jeans are from the Buckle.
Elise looks so Jackie Kennedy Onassis. You're right. It is very. It's the
Did she? I loved it.
It's the Onassis years, Sarah. It totally, from the glasses to the scarf, it is the Onassis years.
It's true. It's true. It's, anybody that's old school, it's a nice little throwback. And I think the way to pull off, some of these retro trends is to keep, everything else pretty classic, if you will, and go for that one exclamation point in your outfit. That'll be the easiest way to get on board and not look like you got just stuck in that era.
And finally, Maxi.
Yes. Oh, the maxi dress. That was something that, also never really went away, had its heyday, late 60s, early 70s, but this season, ladies are loving it. This one from the Express store, it has the smocking detail. I'm seeing a lot of that. Ladies are loving that too because it gives it shape. It's not so much about that baby doll shape. It's more about, definition. It has that beautiful floral sleeve. I'm seeing silhouettes that have cutouts too. This one happens to have a little leg slit, so adds a little bit of a, sexy line there with a hint of your leg coming out, and shoes from Aldo.
Sarah, I see a trend here. I think next time we should have intern Kenny be your model. Just all the models should be former interns of our show.
I would love it.
I love it. Sarah, always good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And as always, all of these looks are available at one of my second homes, the Mall O America. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Back in a moment. Back in a moment.
Megan, Ryan, this has been a very difficult decision. You're both so creative, and we feel you both have long, successful careers ahead of you. But the person who wins the title of Clipped Champion and our grand prize of $50,000 is... Megan.
There it is. Local topiary artist Megan Patrica winning the show, Clipped, and taking home the $50,000 prize. Well, it wasn't the smoothest road for Megan. She got off to a rather shaky start, but at the end she won over the judges and, most importantly, Martha Stewart. But did she win over our resident topiary critic? We're gonna find out, because it's time for 37% of America loves Ted. Joining us from the Fox 9 Nook is, well, is it the greenhouse, Ted?
I think we're in the greenhouse right now.
Okay. Ted Johnson. By the way, Ted, Lori Lees Fisher, executive producer, just called. You have a hair out of place. If you want to fix that before we get
yeah.
right there. You got it? Okay. You were kind of tough on her initially, even though she was a guest on our show.
I was gentle. I had gentle criticism because, well, she's local. She was on our show. We would like to have her back. So I didn't want to say she was terrible. But the first challenge she did, I thought she almost probably should have gotten eliminated. They did this, and here's the reason why, because it was a challenge that she's never done before. So this is her making a fish out of a tree. And the judges were like, we don't know what this is.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, Ted. I don't know what it is.
So she scraped by after that challenge. And some of the other contestants had done trees like this before. So they were at a better, at an advantage. But she just kept building up, and she kind of went like this. And that's how she was able to pull it out.
Well, they call it, you peak at the right time, Ted.
Right.
You don't peak too early. And for people that don't know, the show is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically a topiary challenge, right, Ted? Every week they have to cut a bush into a porpoise or something.
Right. The level of difficulty keeps going higher. Sometimes, so the last challenge, okay? So the last challenge was this massive, 10 by 10 space, and the guy who she was competing against, the other semifinalist, or the finalist, I thought he did a really good job. It was kind of whimsical, just sort of everything seemed to be right in place, but hers she told a story with hers, and we'll get to it. There it is. So she is deaf in her left ear. So the thing, the little pathway is the ear canal.
Oh.
And I think that's what really impressed the judges. So as opposed to just like throwing things up and okay, that works with that, hers was telling a story, and she kind of did that throughout the competition.
By the way, Ted, is that the first time you've ever used the word whimsical?
Whimsical, yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's it. I love it. What impressed you most, though, about her skills overall? Because, again, you were tough on her at the beginning, but she did improve. What personally did you like best about Megan?
She was so steady and calm.
Yeah.
You know, in these shows, you get those people who are like, oh, I've got 3 minutes left and I gotta like throw all this stuff together, or they had come up with some big grand idea, I'm gonna do this, and then they're freaking out at the end. She knew what she could do and what she could pull off, and she did that. And she was never in a situation at the end where she's trying to slap things together and work it out. So she was really steady, smooth and steady, wins the race.
Smooth and steady, just like executive producer Jeff, right,
He's
Ted?
very smooth.
That's right. Ted, with completely fixed hair, thank you, buddy. Slick that hair down, that's right. From Quality Control Manager Lori Lise Fisher. You can watch Clipped on Discovery Plus. And congratulations to Megan, all kidding aside. She was a great guest. And I had a feeling, I did. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us, my friends. Welcome back. Hi. Welcome back. Kendall, welcome back.
Thank you.
I don't know where you went, but welcome back.
I was literally right there, Jason.
We're getting so many emails about the Friends mystery.
Yeah.
What was the jerk movie star, guest star that behaved badly? You're reading some guesses?
Yeah, I got a lot of Jean-Claude Van Damme, is that his name? I don't know who he is.
God, I love you so
I looked him up.
I got Gary Oldman and Charlie Sheen. I don't think it was Sheen. Sheen wouldn't look down on actors. I mean, he's a warlock, but he doesn't, you know.
Oh, he's like a muscular guy. Sorry, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Did I say his name right? I offended like 17 people right there.
Hope you're hungry because there's so much to talk about today. We're serving up some hot dish leftovers. That's right. Oh. I got to eat with my hands. My spoon's over there.
You forgot your spoon at home and then you brought it
Basically
to
an
work.
animal, yeah. Last night on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it was the moment we've been waiting for. Erica Jane finally talked about her surprise divorce. While sitting down with the women, Erica said she left Tom, the lawyer, because he was pushing her out. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly why you left. She said she didn't tell anyone because she didn't want to put them in a position where they had to keep a secret. Sure. Many viewers said Erica doesn't seem sad about it. Doesn't seem sad about the divorce, offering very little emotion. Some claim the divorce is a sham to hide assets from people suing her husband for embezzlement. I like Erica, but there's something going on. I mean, here's what I will say. There's more to it than what we're seeing. That was 6-7 months ago. And even the cast last night said, we still don't know everything. It just was very weird. She took him to work. She dropped him off on the day that the filing happened, that she got the papers, or she filed for him, or she presented the paperwork to. You don't drop off your hey honey, we'll see you later, and then deliver divorce papers a few minutes later.
Oh, smells as fishy as a tuna canning factory.
That's right. Last night on Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen asked two of Erica's co-stars about what Erica said on that episode. Look.
When she told us about her divorce, I had only met her 2 weeks into that. So of course, I believe, face value. So yes.
And I had only met her when I had a birthday party for Kyle at my house, and it was just like 16 girls.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And she was very polite and quiet and lovely, and I put her at our table because I felt like I didn't know her.
Yeah.
And so I just don't know.
Nobody's gonna. They're afraid of her. They're not gonna call her out.
Why are they afraid of her? She's scary.
Because she's scary.
Oh, okay.
I love her, but she's scary. She'll eat you. Kathy Hilton, by the way, who I love. I love you, Kathy. And the new wife, Crystal. Next up, one of my favorites was on Stephen Colbert last night. Christine Baranski, How I Love Thee. She's in The Good Fight on Paramount Plus, which, by the way, the 5th season premiere on right now. While also talking about that show, Baranski and Colbert took time out to sing together. Watch.
This could be a historic moment because we could be the first 2 performers since Broadway went dark who are going to sing Sondheim. We're the first.
This could be. We should mail this performance to the Smithsonian right away.
Exactly.
Ports in a storm, comfy and cozy, side by side, by side. Everything shines, how sweet, side by side, by side.
Christine has played Diane Lockhart on both The Good Wife and now The Good Fight since 2009. Go watch The Good Fight on Paramount Plus. Next, we've all seen James Corden do Carpool Karaoke. Last night, he put a new spin on that bit with kind of golf cart karaoke with Tom Brady. Look at this.
Let's play some golf. Let's go. You've got this, Tom. You've got this, Tom. 4! What the hell was that? Take your bad luck. Get loose. Yep, perfect. Set fires! Whoa! Oh. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, you're hitting people. Sorry. So baby, go sit in a Range Rover, boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go, shimmy, shimmy, go, go, pause. Listen to me now. Light it up and take a puff, pass it to me now. Going down, down, baby. Go sit in a Range Rover, boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go, shimmy.
The two also FaceTimed with Phil Mickelson and sang some Hamilton. It's good to see Tom Brady in that light, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, by the way, we're going golfing, and
I know
feel
we are.
We should reenact that.
I want to golf. I want to learn how to golf. I really do.
Yeah?
I do. I like authentically really want to, and you're going to teach me.
Okay, I promise not to mess with you too much.
Okay, thank you. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Just a little bit though. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching.
You're welcome.
Well, not you. I'm talking to the people. You work here. You're legally obligated to be here.
Paycheck? How?
You get one of those? I don't. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of our show on YouTube. We post each day's episode along with clips from the show. Just search for, you guessed it, The Jason Show, and hit subscribe. Kendall, you ready for the bubblegum goodbye?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kendall.
Hey, what?
What's the one food you never, ever want to eat again? The answer after these important messages. I'll take a quarter pounder with cheese. Nell in the woods. Oh, Jodie Foster, you little woods woman. Oh, I love that movie. She was in the woods, wasn't she? Yeah, they found her in the woods.
What?
Yeah, Liam Neeson. What?
They found her? Is
Nell.
this taken? Liam Neeson found her?
No, they found, yeah, Nell was a woods woman. They found her in a little, like a hole or something in the woods. And she spoke in like a woods language.
Mama did not want to be found, that's all I gotta say.
It's a quality movie. You ready? Okay, what flavor, taste do you never want to taste again?
Yogurt or breakfast sausage. I also never want to have to type out venti salted caramel cream, cold brew, extra foam with a foam on, blended on 4 ever again.
That's my order, my Starbucks order. 2 things. First, head cheese. I never ever, my grandmother made me eat it once.
What's head cheese?
You do not want to know.
Is it like stinky moldy cheese?
No, Kendall, it's a nightmare. You don't want to know.
Where does it come from, a cow?
Okay, how many times, I feel like Jeff in a meeting, how many times do I have to tell you? Just Google it right now. And the other is, my mom's gonna be very mad at me.
What?
Liver and onions.
Oh, that hurt.
She loved, I cannot, I think about it and it's like, oh.
Did you ever have like the steak tartare with onions?
Yeah,
like
I like steak tartare. I like steak tartare.
Like,
steak tartare.
The kind that you make only in Wisconsin and Minnesota because you're like, it's Swedish. Then Swedish people are like, we don't eat that.
Yeah. Okay. July 14th, 10 a.m., Parade Stadium. Be there around 9:15. No tickets needed. Heck, Dar might even be there. I might bring Dar down there to the ballpark.
Really?
Yeah. July 14th, I need at least 600 of you to show up.
Or
To
1,000.
beat Ian Leonard and his leprechaun pants. Tomorrow, it's another Jason Show staff extravaganza. That's tomorrow. But right now, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody.